Oh, it's the 20th of July 2018 at 2:15. This is a response in part to a comment that James made today. Um, he was commenting on a video I did, I think it was yesterday, where I was saying that staying away from narcissistic traits neutralises the effect of narcissism. In fact, what seems to happen, and uh, it doesn't bother you anymore as time goes on. But also, nor do you judge others by it. You just I don't know. It just seems to change. And James came up with a view on it, which is a bit hard to understand. But I read through it slowly and put it in my own words. I think what he was driving at is that uh, if unless you actually address it in yourself and actually you know, put your hand up and say, yeah, I'm being a bit narcissistic here, or a bit, and remove it from yourself, then it seems to, the effect of others is to reinforce it um, within yourself, okay? And look, you'd have to read his comments on it and my take on it to get a better understanding. It was quite interesting. I enjoyed trying to answer the comment. And try to. I spent some time figuring out what he was driving at. James comes up with some different take on things. Not always easy to understand, but I'm starting to to understand him. I can sort of see what he's driving at. Yeah, but that was the point. And as I answered that, I came up with a rather unusual sort of thought that as you get out of the narc zone, and if you were to do what I'm suggesting, okay, and you decide to no, I don't want to be doing any of these narcissistic things anymore. I want to be free and happy and up here. Okay. I thought after a while, as time goes on, your friends and what have you would see you. It starts thinking, oh God, you become, because in a sense you become more and more innocent. Okay, you wouldn't be going off at people and getting into fights and arguments and all that sort of stuff. You would become, and you would avoid all of that, and you would become more and more innocent. And in the process of doing that, you would make people that are in the narc zone look more and more guilty. Okay, but that's not your intent, right? Because you've moved into a win-win situation, and your intent is not to make others look bad. Your intent is to work with others and live with others and make one another happy. So you would be after a win-win situation if you go up here. This is a win-win zone. There's no win-lose. But the win-lose people, given that everything is winner and a loser to them, then if you appear to be winning, that's telling them that they're losing. And the better you became, I'm just saying if you did this, the better you would become, you become like a religious person, smiling, happy, sweet, oh, how are you all the time. And when you're down here and used to being in the narc land, it's sort of like, oh, piss off with you. You're shitting me off. So you'd end up in this situation where you wouldn't actually mean any harm to people in this area, because you're in a win-win situation. But they are in a win-lose situation. So they're going to look at it and think that you're having a go at them, you're putting them down, that you should actually, you're not a good person. I mean, obviously not a good person. So I thought, gee, this is interesting, because I've never seen it that way before. So, I just imagine as time goes on, and James is quite right, it's what was in me is no longer being reinforced continually. I don't even watch a lot of news programs or hostile YouTube programs anymore, because I just find that it's reinforcing something in them that makes me angry. And I think, no, I don't want to be in the narc zone. I want to get out of here. There's nothing to be gained from being down here, I don't think. You might help you earn more money and stuff, but I can't really see the point if you're unhappy. But anyway, that's negotiable. That's something else, I suppose. But I don't, for whatever reason, I don't want to be in here anymore. I want to try and get right out of it. Yeah, but that's what I thought this morning. I just thought, that's how people would see you. You know, like if we all started, chatting and that sort of happy, and people come in and say, "What's the matter with this channel? Little Wonder hasn't got any, nobody here. You guys don't, rip one another to pieces and tear one another to pieces." I went over to see Eli have a look at one of his channels today. He had a big thing of it. He had a terrible experience with a live interview. I sometimes suspect he cooks the books. I think he does it on purpose to generate interest. I think they get together and they say, "Oh, come on, we'll do this." Create a drama out of nothing. That's the feeling I get. I mean, I don't mind watching Eli. I think he's a bit of a showman, but I don't know. He could have been for real, but I looked at it and I thought, yeah, it probably gets views, gets interest. I can't remember what's that saying. I don't know. Yeah, but the drama. So I didn't watch it for long, but he was Eli. What is this Eli? I can't remember his channel. It's funny though. Yeah, but I thought, I'm not going that way, and I don't want to go that way. But all this goody two shoes. Yeah, it's all well and good, but I think it's got to be entertaining. I think otherwise, if it's just good, it's a bit boring for people, and it tends to put people off. I mean, the idea is trying to encourage people to come there. Yeah, but it's interesting though, because I've never seen it from that point of view, from a logical point of view. And I think that's the thing that's coming out of the channel. We're getting a lot of logic. Like, this is a win-lose area. All right, that's a win-win area. I'm clearly differentiating the two, so you can understand. Yeah. So if you're living in a win-lose, then everybody's got to be a winner or a loser. If you're losing, then that's no good. So you have to do something about it. Destroy them. And that's probably what's happening. Yeah, but it's you'll also notice I haven't included things like lying, deceitful behaviour, or anything else like that, because you can't prove it. If you don't know that somebody's a liar. I mean, you could prove it eventually, but I mean, for example, if somebody's lecturing you, all right. If someone's trying to, if they're boasting or if they're complaining, yep, it's definite. There's no argument. All right, so yep, and that's the whole I've only put those things in that are very objective. There's no subjectivity to it at all. So lying and deceitful behaviour and what have you. Even manipulation, I suppose I should take that out. I probably will actually, because you can't actually prove that someone's being manipulative. That's all you can see is, we'll take it out. All you can see is all of these other things. You can say, yep, they're justifying something there, or they're demanding something, or they're being bossy. Yeah, you can actually say yes or no, black or white. Yeah, so that's why I've selected the things that there's no argument. Manipulative. Yeah, I'll take that out because, I could be manipulating, or might be not. How do you know, really? How do I even know? But all you can say is, what are you shouting at me? Are you, you're doing this, or you're doing that? Something definitely that's definitely what's happening. All right, there's no argument. That's it. So, and then that way you can't argue even with yourself. Think, well, no, I'm boasting. Or I'm accusing somebody of something. Yep, that's definitely what I'm doing. There's no argument. It's and if you then there's actually that puts you in the narc zone. Whether you're manipulating, being deceitful or something, that's a whole other story. I don't know. I can't prove it. You could well be, or you may not be. I don't know. So I don't put it on the list. Yeah, but that's what I thought. Thanks, James. Thanks for the comment. It was it was good. It made me sort of go through and what we're doing here a lot of the time. You're probably following me because I do things bottom up instead of top down. But it's what's it called? Deductive. It's not the opposite. What's the deductive? They're not deductive reasoning. The other one, where you get to the reason in the end. Which and I usually convert it around and say, well, what happens here is you become more and more innocent, and they appear more and more guilty as time goes on. But there's nothing. It's not like you say, I'm better than you, because that doesn't exist in this zone. We're in a different thing. We're in a win-win. They're in win-lose. So no, win-win. You don't. If you win-win, nobody loses in a win-win situation. It's a win-win. Yeah, so that's the difference. And I think that's the whole thing with religion. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, there's a lot more to it than that. And I think probably I've always felt for a long, well, certainly in the last few years, um, that religion was actually set up to stop narcissism. I think that's the thing that it's checking for, or supposed to check for, and it's the thing to stop because it's extremely dangerous. And we're going to see how dangerous. If things don't improve, so you will see how dangerous it is. It spreads and it becomes widely acceptable. Before you know it, you're fighting other countries and what have you, because your country's better than that country, and that sort of thing. Yeah, so I think that's what it was set up to do in the first place. I think that's the problem that it solves. Yeah, okay, it buries people and that sort of thing, and yeah, blah blah blah, etc. etc. But I don't know. I think it's really everything exists mainly to check something. And if you ask yourself, what is religion checking? What are the churches supposed to be checking? I don't think the churches even know anymore. But I'd say they're supposed to be checking for narcissism, a rise in narcissism, and that they should be able to, warn somebody about something, it's starting to grow or something, or who knows? Governments might want to see it increase. They might want to see. Yes, I don't know. Could be a feedback mechanism for government as well. As what we're doing. I don't really know. I don't really care about church, but this I do care about because we'll kill one another if we don't get out of there. Anyway, just a thought. Yeah. So, you could find if you follow the diagram, you'll be persecuted. Okay. Talk to you. Where is this? Bye.